a new acquisition here. It's behind me there. You can probably see it. It's a Bigfoot camper. It's not a new one by any means, as you can see. It's rather old. It's actually 30 years old. It's a 1988. They were, I think that's pretty close to when they started making them. Maybe a few years past when they started. Anyways, the first models were, there was a few issues with them. Anyways, as you can see, these are very popular campers, and the reason is that well, they almost never leak. They don't have any of the same structural problems that a wood framed one with aluminum siding has for a truck camper. Plus, they're just a lot stronger. So, I mean, it really is two pieces, a top and a bottom, very much like the hull and the top of a boat. In fact, the guys that invented these campers or created this design were building boats. So they were just using the same ideas that they had in boat construction and building a camper. So you could almost float this thing, but it's kind of heavy it would never make a good boat. But as you can see, it's been patched a few places. It's had a few cracks in it and whatnot. And yeah, this one's, and it's dirty, but that's just dirt. I mean, you could take polish and polish this thing up and it would just look great again. Anyways, this is an 11.5-foot camper, which is pretty big for a camper. It's pretty hard to find anything bigger than that. It's meant to go on a full-size 8-foot box, which I have. They're still building Bigfoot campers to this day, but the models have changed a little bit. They still make this very big one, which is really designed to go on a 1-ton dually truck. But they also make short box campers too, to fit the new trucks. So they have lots of different models, and of course they'll have more features in them. This one here I picked up very reasonable because, well, even though the outside is just dirty and stuff, the inside is missing a few things. So anyways, the jacks, as you can see, they hinge out and hinge in, designed to clear the wide truck, like a 1-ton truck with dualies. So that's great. Anyways, I'll just take you around to the back here. And by the way, it's sitting on Dave's landscape trailer. It's just a great way to bring it home from where it is. And this thing belongs to the same guy that I got the bowler from. So, and well, he was just cleaning up his yard. He had too many projects to do and whatnot. And he used to stay in this thing quite regularly. He added a few things like an outside shower. Kind of the wrong place for it. I think it should be here, just my opinion. LED lights. He added that. But I mean, it's got some problems like this thing here, but you can get parts and pieces for that. So let's come in. So what I've done here is I've plugged the camper in, and I put a heater in here. And as you can see, we're pretty rough inside here. He was trying to renovate the interior to, well, first of all, he was putting a new floor in. One of the problems with these campers was a spongy floor after a while, because basically you got a fiberglass tub under here, and then they would put like 1.5-inch foam, and the plywood that they put over top was too thin. So here's the original floor down here, and you can kind of feel it's just a little spongy. So he took out the dinette cabinets, everything back to where it's the very outside of it. He even took away the water tank and the step that was there, and so that he could put this new floor in. And he didn't get any further than that. So I would like to finish the floor off to the back with this new 5/8 floor, because this is nice and solid now. We'll put new lino down, and I'll replace the cabinets. I'll build new cabinets out. The dinette was a nice big big dinette. So anyways, and this drawer here is just hanging out here. There was a wall here that came down where the dinette was. And the fridge, doors right there, and you know, that's not the original fridge that was in here. Although I'm thinking it's a fine fridge, it'll work. But the original fridge would have gone all the way up to the top here. So, anyways, I'm not going to buy a new fridge. They're incredibly expensive. So, now one of the things, and that's a full-size queen bed too, which is nice, but that's kind of an old mattress. But whatever, we'll fix it all up. It's a project, right? The ceiling's all in awesome shape. This was messed with. I don't know what the story is here. This thing here should be up in a little higher. This panel's missing all the decal that was on it to tell you what was what. But he's got the this should be the pump here for the water tank down there, and instead it turns on the fan. Yeah, that's a little sad. Nice big kitchen. Lots of cupboards, lots of storage. There's up above the fridge here, I've got the stack of drawers right here, and these drawers, there was 2 drawers here and a cupboard there. So you know, I'll be putting all that back and making it all nice again. That's the furnace. It's missing its cover off of it. This is kind of handy because I can get at and just make sure that everything is in good repair. I can put new I'll put new faucets on. I'll be replacing these lights with LED lights. And somebody started to paint the wall, didn't finish, so I'll have to figure out what to do about that. You know, I would prefer to leave it just the original paneling like this, but I don't know if I can be able to get that paint off of there. So anyways, plus there is lots of holes where things were mounted. Oh my God, like there's just a ton of holes, and so you know it's going to be a challenge. This is 11.5 foot camper, so it has a bathroom. Ooh. Yeah, it's a little dirty, but it's just dirty. So we'll be fixing that up, of course, cleaning it, scrubbing it down, put new faucet in the sink in there, and I'll put a new, you know, drains and stuff. You can get at it from the outside hatch. This needs to be replaced. It's missing the fan. There's the cover, but you know, things are cracked and broken. So these are the kind of things that I expect to see in something that's 30 years old, of course. So yeah, lots of storage in here. Big closets. So anyways, it's a bit of a project. The cushions are all good, the table's all good. This is one of those tables that slides back and forth quite nicely to give more room. But that's the wrong place for it. It's supposed to be right here in the middle, and the dinette is supposed to be U-shaped to go around it. So we'll be putting all that back the way it was. And one of the big things here too, it's totally missing, is any kind of a vent here in the middle of the ceiling. There's only a vent in the bathroom, and there's only the escape hatch. You can't use the escape hatch really as a vent because you can't put a rain guard over top of it. They don't make rain guards that big. So I am going to be cutting a new hole right here, the 14 by 14 hole, and I'm going to be putting a fan, a venting fan with a hood on it. Okay, so it'll have you know, the rain can't get in it, and when it opens up it'll vent outside, because one of the problems with these campers, because it's 2-piece fiberglass, they sweat. You know, you've got to keep something open somewhere, because this thing would just sweat from the cold and the high humidity. And I found that in here already, you know, like just exploring around in here with the light and stuff, I found lots of damp places, right? And if you were to try to cook in here or anything like that, you would just increase the humidity and it would be bad news. So we for sure need a vent, something that can be left open all winter. This winter here, I've got this in here. I'm going to dry it out because um, I don't want it to sweat this winter. I'm not going to be able to do that until it's January. Right now it's December, so you know it's going to be March before I get back in this thing and do any work to it. And for sure, this is going to be a big job. It's going to require putting it in under my roof, so just in case it rains and I'm not finished, and so on. Oh yeah, here's the antenna here, and up on the roof is this big freaking antenna. So that's going to go bye-bye. But you know, a roof being just a rounded fiberglass roof and with no seams, basically just holes in it where you attach things. You can patch that roof with fiberglass again. It's just like fixing the bottom of a boat. So I think that's great. So I'm going to be taking that antenna off the roof and filling that hole in, paint over, put some new enamel over top of it, and making it nice. One of the things I did discover though with the rounded roof is the water just, because there's no gutters up there. I don't know if you can see. I mean, the roof just rounds off all the way around the camper, all the way around the whole camper, right? So what I noticed here is that the roof, the water just runs over the windows when it rains, and so and those windows aren't sealed really good. It's a problem. And where they slide open, this window here will slide open like that. When the water goes down and sits in the little rubber thing there, if the little drain holes here aren't unplugged open, you'll get water on the inside. Bad news. So, anyways, I have a solution, and the solution involves putting a gutter over top of the window. And all campers have that over the door. So you see that gutter, it's like a rain guard over the door. Well, I'm going to have those over the windows too. That way, when the rain runs off the roof, it's got a drip thing. So it's called a drip guard, right? So yeah, Bigfoot. The other thing that was really strange about this camper was that there was no compartment for the battery in it. You put the battery in the box of your truck, and I didn't really like that. This cubby right here is actually quite a large outdoor cabinet. And by the way, I got keys for everything here. It's quite a large outdoor cabinet. You can see it's huge. And what's in it is it's a way to get at some of the plumbing. It's a way that there's a heating duct that goes down into. By the way, there's a tank. The sewage tank and the gray water tank are down in here underneath the floor. They're in a compartment, and they're actually protected from the bottom by the fiberglass shell. And so the heat actually goes down in there. These campers were built in Canada, in the Okanagan, and they were designed for cold weather. So yeah. So anyways, I think I would like to try to get one of the battery boxes that vents and put the batteries back here. I think I can do that. Just a battery back here, and not have it in the back of the truck. So that's one of the little projects I'll be doing. And the steps are okay. I don't know if I leave them or not. This is how you access all the plumbing underneath in the bathroom and whatnot. That's for the release for the sewer. Yeah. And the propane tanks are stored up there. But you can see, top, bottom. Pretty cool, hey? Anyways, that's Bigfoot camper. Very desirable. They hold their value really well. This thing here all polished up and the interior put back the way it should be. $5 grand, you know. So, and as campers go, as old campers go, that's an expensive old camper. But I mean, this thing is really big inside. It has all the features of a travel trailer or a motorhome. So, and it turns your truck basically into a little motorhome, and it's snug as a bug. So, anyways, next spring we'll be doing some work on it, and I'll show you another video.